What's up, guys? It's me Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Demetrius Andrade versus Liam Williams, which is going to be a 12-rounder for the WBO Middleweight World Championship. And this fight is going to be Saturday, April 17th, from the Seminole Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Hollywood, Florida. And this fight is going to be broadcasted on DAZN. And again, both fighters, Demetrius Andrade, he holds an unbeaten record of 29 wins with no defeats and 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 5 by BoxRec and is a two-weight world champion, as he is the current WBO Middleweight World Champion, as well as the former WBO and WBA super-welterweight world champion. He first won the vacant WBO super-welterweight world title against Vanes Martirosyan. After getting dropped in the first round, he won via split decision. And then he defended that title once before taking on Jack Kokai in Germany for the WBA super welterweight world title. He won that belt, as I said before, by split decision. And then after winning that belt, he took on Alontes Fox in his first fight at middleweight. He got dropped by a shot to the solar plex in that fight, but the referee called it a knockdown, although it looked a little bit like a slip, but he still won via wide unanimous decision. And then he took on Walter Kautandoka for the vacant WBO middleweight world title and won via wide unanimous decision. And since then, he has defended that belt against Artur Kavov, Maciej Sulecki, and Luke Keeler. In my opinion, he is one of the weakest resumes for a middleweight world champion. He doesn't really have a trademark win at middleweight, and I'm not really too sure how he took on Kautandoka for the vacant WBO middleweight world title. He was supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders multiple times, but that fight fell through. And to get into his opponent's resume, Liam Williams, he holds a record of 23 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw, with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 8 by BoxRec and is a former top super welterweight contender. He took on Liam Smith twice, losing twice on both times, and one of them was for the interim WBO super welterweight world title. And in that fight, although it was really close, I believe all 3 judges had him winning via 1 point up until a cut stopped the fight later on. I believe it was in the 10th round. But in their rematch, he took on Liam Smith again, as I said before, and it was a majority decision defeat. And many people actually thought Liam Williams won that fight and thought the wrong man won that night. But after moving up to middleweight, he took on Alontes Fox and won via knockout in the 5th round for the WBO middleweight title eliminator. And that's actually a common opponent these two guys have, because Andrade won via unanimous decision over Fox, and Williams won by dominant knockout in the 5th round back in December of 2019. And Liam Williams' last win was over Andrew Robinson via knockout in the 1st round last summer. And this fight actually is going to be very, very competitive and good, in my opinion. It's going to be a very good middleweight matchup, and in my opinion, this is definitely Demetrius Andrade's best fight at middleweight to date, because all of his other opponents he has beaten aren't really top 10, top 15, or top 20 at all. As maybe you could make a case for Maciej Sulecki being top 15, somewhere around there, but I don't really think so. But Liam Williams is definitely a top 10 middleweight right now after getting those tremendous wins against Alontes Fox and knocking Andrew Robinson out in the 1st round. He's shown that he has great power and he's a come-forward pressure fighter. And I do expect Andrade to fight very, very well and polished in this fight because it's obviously going to be a tough and rugged fight for him. There's 2 ways that Andrade could fight here. He could either fight smart and fight off the back foot and try and outbox the rugged Liam Williams, because Liam Williams is always going to come forward and try and land his short chopping shots to knock you out, while Demetrius Andrade could either come forward and go to war with him, or he could, as I said before, box on the back foot and win a pretty wide points decision. And the thing is with Andrade, he always drops his opponents early, but I don't think he's going to drop Liam Williams here because, like Sulecki, he doesn't really show a finisher's instinct. As he dropped Sulecki early, had him really, really hurt. Then, as the fight progressed, he just sort of boxed and didn't take that chance to knock him out and get a good win. But especially against Artur Kavov, he had him hurt multiple times as well. In a close fight, actually, it was sort of close in the judges' scorecards, but then he stopped him late in the 12th round. And especially against Luke Keeler as well, he dropped him with the first punch in the 1st round, and then had to finish him later on in the 9th round. But here, I think it's going to go the distance most definitely. Liam Williams' best shot is to knock Andrade out, unless he's going to bully him for 12 rounds, because I don't really see the judges giving the foreign fighter the decision here, especially on a DAZN card, as Liam Williams is a Frank Warren fighter. But Demetrius Andrade, he's still a very good fighter despite his pretty lackluster resume at 160. And I think that after he wins in this fight, because I do think he will get the victory here, he will take on some tougher opposition and will possibly fight Triple G for a title unification. Because I think this fight is easy to be made because both fighters are in DAZN and they have world titles. But then more onto this fight, I think the judges' scorecards will most likely be 115-113 if the fight gets close, 116-112, or 117-111 if it gets a little more wide in favor of Andrade. I think if Andrade tries to go to war with Williams, the scorecard will be 115-113, as I said before. If he boxes, it could be 117-111 or 116-112. I just think Andrade's the more polished guy here because he's won titles in multiple divisions and he's fought the better opponents as opposed to Liam Williams. And the thing is, people might think Andrade is way better than Williams, but this fight is a pretty close fight. I would say it's like 65-35 in favor of Andrade. It's because Williams right now is definitely the number one contender for the WBO. He's essentially his mandatory after winning that eliminator against Alontes Fox. And I have no remorse or anything if Liam Williams loses this fight, because he's coming in there talking trash about all these opponents, saying he's going to knock him out. And I think if Demetrius Andrade dominates him, it will be a spectacular performance by him, and it will definitely get people looking at his name. So overall, I think Demetrius Andrade will win via unanimous decision over Liam Williams to defend his middleweight world title. And again, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.